So another really interesting technique is the fact that anything that goes onto silicone is going to stick onto that. So literally in cement and silicone there are no takesy backsies. Okay, you did a boo-boo, that boo-boo is going to be living with you for the rest of your life. So don't make any boo-boos. If you made a boo-boo, you better empty out the mold, wash it and then start again. Or otherwise just say it's part of my art, it's my process, and then that's pretty much the finish you're going to get. So let's start with an example of this technique. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one color, and let's start with lovely green. So I'm just going to take a little bit of water in this, just like a small dash of water and a couple of spoons of cement, and take this, mix it up. So this is like quite liquidy, and I'm gonna add a little bit more. So just to kind of like get it a little bit, not exactly too solid, but again not too liquid also. So add a little bit until it forms a sort of sludge. I mean, if you have kids, you know, they love to play with slime. So this almost looks like slime and it's like a sludge. And now what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take my finger, push it inside here, take some of this color, and I'm going to kind of like put it inside this mold and paint it. So if you see, I'm painting the side of this mold with my finger. Just going to do a few lines like this. So you can see this is the color coming on the side. You know, we can even try a little bit of a, maybe, let's see, cross here like this. And I am gonna take another color. So pour in a little bit of the water. So maybe like for this mold I would use about maybe a little bit less. I can always add more water, so I'm not worried about that. I just want to kind of get the cement to start mixing. So add a few spoons and start mixing this up till we get our familiar consistency. So this is still a little liquidy, but it's getting there slowly. And you'll notice that at some point it will suddenly become thick. You know, it's like magic. You know, you'll think that, oh, I can't believe it suddenly becomes so, it's not moving at all, and that's perfectly normal, don't worry about it. So I got this much here, and as usual I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Now because this is a very thick mold and I don't want to keep on fidgeting with this, I'm gonna just try and take out some of the air bubbles inside the cup itself. So I'm gonna bang this cup, and you'll see over here that there's a lot of air bubbles which are coming to the surface and I'm banging it. So I'm just going to keep shaking this until I can get a lot of the air bubbles out, because what I don't want is those air bubbles to go inside the mold and then they'll form a lot of those the pinholes in the mold which look a little bit unfinished. So I'm just going to keep doing that and get a lot of the air bubbles out, and then I'm going to pour it inside. So just gently pour it in. And shake it up a little bit so that it settles down. And oops, I didn't mix together enough, so I'll just mix together another batch, and that's perfectly fine. By now you have some idea of how much goes in, so you know, just go ahead and mix up how much you think you need. So again, I want to make sure that I get enough. That doesn't look like enough, so I'm going to put in some more, little bit of water. So just put dollops of stuff, don't go crazy because otherwise you'll have a lot of material wasted. Just keep adding dollops of it. It's a bit of a meditative process, almost Zen-like, to finally get the right amount of material for each mold. And even I can't get it right after running a 100-year-old company, so don't worry about it. You know, it's perfectly fine. And now I'm just going to again bang this cup until I get some of the air bubbles out, and then pour it in. Cool. So as you can see now, this is going to be tough, but I'm going to try and show you that we have this beautiful effect on the sides now. So because of the fact that we basically stuck all this green color on the sides, now when this sets, this green effect is going to be there, and then we'll have the yellow as the kind of solid color, and then these kind of green veins on the outside. So that's something you can also try at home. And maybe you know, if you're very artistic, you can use a brush to kind of like get the line straight. I just use my finger, and hopefully you guys will be able to come up with something more exciting than what I did. And do share with us what you come up with. We'll be very excited to see what you do with this technique. So again, I'm going to put that here just to set and leave it undisturbed for the next, I would say this one really needs about 2 days because it's quite a thick mold. It's got a lot of depth to it. So this one will probably set and dry up much faster. The thinner ones generally set and dry up much faster. The thicker ones take a lot of time because there's a lot of water at the bottom of the mold, which will slowly have to come up and kind of like evaporate before the mold becomes very hard. So give it its time. Don't be in a hurry to peel it off, or what will happen is you get a lot of chips and breakages, which then spoil the effect of the material.